Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined me. Today I'm going to be working in a glue book that's a travel journal size, like this, that I am just about finished. So I thought I would do another page in it. And it's always so exciting when you get close to the end of something and then you can move on to something else. But I kind of go back and forth with different things. So I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to be using some mixed media, a little more paint than I normally do in a glue book, and I think it's going to be fun. So let's see what happens. This is the book, and as you can see, it's gotten pretty fat, which is pretty normal with a glue book because you keep adding papers in. And today I'm going to be using this, doing this last page. So there's only this one, and the back cover. And I actually haven't done the front cover, I don't think. I started this so long ago, and I think, yeah, I could go back and do these too. I think I probably should. Anyway, I wanted to pull these colors in together, but my theme is books and cozy times and that kind of thing. And I've got this picture from, I ordered this book from Amazon, Cottage Core Vintage Junk Journal Ephemera, and I'll put the link below so you can find it. It's just full of one-sided pictures to cut out and lots of fun things. Big ones like this with this beautiful blue-eyed girl with red hair, and then smaller pieces like this. And this one I cut out of this page, but I love the little cottages. I almost cut that one out, and I might use it still. I haven't decided, but the mushrooms are adorable. I love that they're watercolor. Some of these pieces you can tell they're sort of created with AI, but you know what? Lots is nowadays, and it's good stuff, so why not use it? Images are images. They used to do them with different means. They weren't always hand done anyway. So these are, but aren't these cute? Anyway, this video is not sponsored by this. I just bought it, and you know, if I was making it myself, which I might one of these days, I would do something different. Like these, I would probably make these a little more artistic. However, I think there's lots in it and lots of fun to be had from it, and I will be using it. So in this one, I'm going to start with this. This is my main picture. I'm not starting with it, but it's my main picture. What I am starting with is a bit of paint, and I've chosen these two colors because it's fall right now, and I'm, you know, kind of pulling these kind of fall colors in. I just got to move a couple of things here. Oh, before I start, I wanted to show you this. I got this in the mail from my daughter. It says, "Saw these and thought of you." Aren't they cute? Little antique shoes. When we lived in France, the place where we lived, the proprietor was an antiques collector and an antique costume collector. And she had things like this just, you know, placed in places. So it's, you know, it's pretty exciting for us. And she sent it, my daughter sent it in this beautiful envelope. Isn't that pretty? I thought I would keep that because the art is so nice on it. But to start with this, I've just dampened my brush, and I'm going to put the paint directly onto the paper and just kind of play around with it. I don't have any particular plan except that I'm going to use this picture, and I have a book theme, so there you go. It's not very deep, but I gotta move some stuff here. And a lot of the page is going to be obviously hidden. I have to put something under this. Sometimes I come up with plans and I don't necessarily have the details worked out in my mind. And then I end up going, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that, and then it takes a lot more editing. I'm not putting it in the center because I'm going to put this right in the center, which is a little bit different, I would say. Because quite often you want to put something sort of off to the side or near the top or whatever. but I just want to mix this all around, just get these two colors in here. No special style or anything. I think I'll just take it up the edge on both sides because I think the picture is just a little bit narrower. Anyway, this should probably cover it. Yeah, I think that gives the effect that I want. Almost like a falling leaf kind of thing. So I'm just going to quickly dry this. There. That's the nice thing about working with acrylics. They dry really fast. So I don't think I need that right now. Well, some of them dry fast. Others you stick your thumb in. Anyway, I think this is dry enough. So I want to place that right there. So it's a good thing I did the edges because I was right that it's not quite wide enough. Now, I got a whole bunch of new brushes from Michael's the other day for messing around with. They're inexpensive, but I put them in this mug, and these are in my Etsy shop. So there's 6 of these vintage trailers designs. Just a little plug for my products. These are 2 of them, and it's wraparound design, and those are all my watercolors. Anyway, I'm going to use Walnut Stain Vintage Photo. I think I'm going to go with Walnut Stain and just distress the edges of this so it's not quite so stark. I would actually tear them if I thought I could do a good job of it, but you know what happens a lot of the time is that it doesn't tear where you want it to tear, and then you end up with with having to make a plan that you didn't want to make. So I think this will work out just as well. And give it not so much the vintagey look, but just soften the edge and help it to blend in with the background a bit, and yeah, just give it a little bit more character. I think I'll even just a sec here. Here we go. Thinking of doing a little bit, sort of going a little more inland on the corners, so to speak. Like that. It's probably not the best thing to use because it has an edge. A brush would work better. But I think it's okay for now. All right, I don't need that. Get rid of this, and actually probably should hang on to this. This is what's on the back of those pages. So the question is, should I use, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to use matte gel on this, and just get the paint out of this brush. I'm going to put some here like this. Nice thing about matte gel is that it dries clear. So put some there and then do the whole back of this as well. And I'm just brushing it off the edge so that I get all those edges down. I don't want to have to go back in and find them. Now, of course, because matte gel is wet and there's a bit of water in the brush, it's going to make the paper curl, but once you press it down, that goes away. Just want to get it on straight here. Now, it's also damp because of the gel. And I need, what do I need here? What is this? not completely straight, but I'm going to camouflage that. Right here, I need a little bit more. I'm just going to use my finger. Stick that down. So like I said, it's damp, and of course it makes the paper bend and twist and buckle and that sort of thing. It's just how it is. And of course this paper is not meant for water. I have these little bits. Now, where did I put the rest of them? Now that I'm doing more videos per week, I'm having to change things more frequently. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is like I said, I didn't have much of a plan here, but I did get these. And I wonder about this one. You know, I'm curious what this looks like, so I'm just going to give it a little try here on this piece of tissue. Well, that's kind of cool, but I don't think it's what I want right now. So that one can go back in here. And I actually, now that I see the red and how pink it is, I don't see it as brick red. I think it's more pink. So in that case, I'm going to use this ink. Now I had thought of doing something like this. I could do this on this and then put it on here, or I could just do this straight on here. If I could hear you, you'd be telling me which one to do, but I can't. So which one do I want? There's all kinds of different things here. And this stamp is still on its backing, but it's one whole stamp. I think what I'm going to do is just do some stuff along the bottom here. Just whatever's here is going to end up on it. So sorry about the shaking and everything. Try not to do that. I'm trying to get all of the letters and dots and everything in here. So let's just put that down like that and see what happens. It could be bad, it could be okay, it could be great. Yeah, it's a little bit smeary, but I think that's okay. All right, there's that idea. Okay, now something else that would work nicely here would be some of these old pages. I might even cover some of that up. It does look a little bit smeary to me, so it says when knighthood was in flower. I like the page number, but I don't really want that title. I'm going to put that one down. I've got lots of old paper here, and I keep getting more. I'm going to use matte gel on this too. This is going to be quite a stiff page when it's done. There's quite a bit of water in my brush. That is not such a good thing. Okay. Let's pick this up. Pop it on here. Okay, I'm going to leave that there to work. I think it's a little bit crooked. And now, since I have my brush out, I'm going to use a bit of white gesso on top of some of these things. I found myself, I really love to paint, and I think I've probably mentioned that before. I know I have. And I found myself kind of missing painting. And I was like, okay, if I'm missing painting, but I still want to do glue books and stuff, I've got to combine them. Simple as that. In my video about the mixed media cards, wait, I need a bit more here. They're done with paint and watercolor and stamps and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, it has turned very fall here, kind of chilly and wet, and so my furnace is on, and it comes on sometimes at the most inopportune times. Like I'm here under all these lights, and then the furnace comes on, and pretty soon I'm like gasping. Okay, this lid has to go back on tightly. All right, I like this, but it's wet, so let's dry it off. I think that's dry enough to work with. It's still wet underneath here just because, yeah, I can feel the dampness. I don't think it's going to be a problem though, so I'm just going to keep moving on. Now, I pulled out some things here that I thought would kind of go with this, and I love these book stickers. I'm just kind of wondering if more books would be too much for the theme. I think that one kind of works, and nope. This one is cute with the little owl, but it's a bit big. Oh, I love the little suitcases. Okay, that's a candidate. And then these kind of go into some different ones. This one's nice too. And I have more. I haven't sorted all these out again yet with my new hanger and organizer. This is nice. It goes with the colors. What else? I'd like to put some kind of floral in here just for a little bit of a change, or something twiggy. That looks too Christmassy. No. A thistle maybe, or one of these. Let's think on that one. Or we've got some birds. I'll get these out too. Those are too pink. Yeah, and the others are too big. But then I've got this little collection as well. So I don't want anything with a really big white edge like this. I would want to take it off anyway, but we've got some little things here. That one's cute with the bird. You know how you flip through these stickers and little ephemera pieces and suddenly something just jumps out and says, that's the one. And sometimes it doesn't, and you just know something's going to work anyway because so many things do. Well, why does my phone always ring? All right, I went and checked, and that was one of those annoying toll-free numbers. That's a maybe. We get those calls on our home number, and like 90% of them are annoyance calls. And believe me, they're pretty darned annoying. Okay, let's see. I want something that comes up into here. So there's that option, and there's, well, that leaf kind of doesn't work. Otherwise, it would be perfect. Let's see. I have more of these little twiggy things, but I'm so, right now I'm kind of disorganized because I'm in flux. The chair with the, that's cute. I think I like that better. And down here, I'm not really sure yet, so we gotta kind of look and see what else there is here. That one doesn't really fit the style, which is quite vintagey. Sometimes the artwork is just of a style, you know, it's a design. That one's nice. These are all kind of literary or artsy. This is sort of sciencey. It's also hard to tell which direction it goes. Well, it doesn't matter because I like it. And I'm going to use it down in the bottom here. This direction. Like I said, I'm kind of covering up what I put down there with the stamp, because it was a little bit smeary and it kind of bothers me. So where do these go? Over here. And then there's this one. Making these decisions, you know, you'd think it'd be easier, but it's not always so easy. I like this without my scissors go. You know what? I keep them here all the time. They're always here. And I'm the only one that uses them, and they disappear. So what's all that about? I have my little ones, but I'm going to use these big ones because my little ones have gone walkabout. And I want to put that right down there. And now I have to choose. You know, I love this little bird, but it's kind of big. I like that. Even right on top of that other print. And then I've got a little globe. You can always, you know, you know that I love to have things like full. But sometimes you just have to say, okay, that's enough. But I still want something plant-like in here, so this is going to be it. Please subscribe to my channel, by the way. I would love to have you come along. I've got lots of great plans in the making. Oh, I also got out these washi tapes, which I think are good fits. That one's a bit too glitzy, but I like this one. And let me see. It has gold writing on it. Again, it's like, is this going to be overkill? Just going to tear it because it gives it a little bit more character. And put it right out to the edge of the page. Like that. I think that works. This page will flatten out as it gets drier, because like I said, it's still kind of damp. I can feel the dampness in there. And of course I'll close it up and I put an elastic around it, and that sort of forces it, all the curled paper, to flatten out. So now I have only these two, and then the front ones I can go back and do, and then this little book is done. And so much fun doing things like this. Below you'll find some links that you'll find interesting, some suggestions about videos, some product suggestions that I recommend, and also a link to my website, which is, I'm currently kind of revamping the whole thing, but if you want to get on my mailing list, you get some free things, and I send out a couple of emails a week. Don't worry, I don't overwhelm you, because I get overwhelmed easily, so I just don't do that. Have a look at one of these videos next. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.